white and black and white face. Smile vacant for the picture. Parents waiting.
Good morning. I'm so excited to hang out today. We got a meal prep today. I really want to go to the farmer's market. We need to go to the farmer's market and get lots of fruits and veggies for the week. And then I want to meal prep a lot. So I think that's going to be what the majority of our hangout together today is going to be about, because I really want to prep out some really nourishing recipes. I always feel better. You know, when you go into a week and you've just meal prepped, or you've at least written down like what meals you're going to have, you just feel better. Like you're just like, okay, that's just one less thing I have to think about. You feel prepared and good. And that's the thing. It doesn't have to be like, I think a lot of times anytime something becomes immediately overwhelming, it's because we're probably just making it more complicated in our head. Like, it doesn't have to be some crazy, elaborate, fancy 4-course meal plan, but it definitely can just be a plan. Like, look at what you have in your fridge, look at what you have in your freezer, look what you have in your pantry, and figure out like what sounds good and what do I have and what can I just make. And just writing it down, and just the mental, less work on your brain. You know, your brain is always going to take the path of least resistance. So at least if it's out of your head and on paper and you know, then it's literally less mentally draining for you. When they say draining, things really can be draining for us, like mentally. So I want to get some bone broth going, and I want to make some jello. I always love having jello prepped out for the week. You probably think, jello? What? Why are you prepping jello? I have incorporated jello in my diet for the past year and a half. It's funny because I grew up eating jello, but the glycine in the gelatin is an amino acid that is incredible, because glycine is actually needed to produce glutathione, and glutathione is a super powerful antioxidant. So that's what we need to fight free radicals, fight cellular damage. And so it's also been incredibly healing to my gut. I feel like my gut and my digestive system is better than ever before. And I say that coming from a place where every meal that I used to eat, I was bloated, I was uncomfortable, I was in so much pain, and I really had a very, very messed up gut for many, many years. And I don't have that anymore. I don't get discomfort. I actually stay away from certain foods that could create digestional, I can't even speak. I do stay away from certain foods that cause digestive distress, but we can chat about that a little bit later. So anyway, the point is that gelatin is really incredible because of that very, very, very high glycine content. So that is why I specifically want to make those foods. Like bone broth is very rich in glycine, as well as the gelatin. So I'm trying to prep out foods that serve a very specific purpose in my diet throughout the week. Anyway, I just want to prep out some of those specific foods because I specifically want to get those nutrients. But also I have a lot of other things on the agenda today that don't include meal prep and things like that. I really need to get a lot of computer stuff done, emails, editing, writing. I really need to start working on my book, and I need to work on the wellness method, and I need to ship out the giveaway winners from the other day, and get the giveaway winners their prizes. So I have a lot. There's a lot, but it's gonna be good, and I really want to read and just have a nice quiet morning. And we got our daily breakfast, and now it's time for some daily bread. But first, coffee. Coffee right now. Let's make some coffee.
It's on, but it's telling me it's wake me up, so it's awake.
Rainy days don't seem so wet. Stormy nights don't stay. From the moment that we met, you were worth the wait. Oh, this could be the best thing that I'll ever know.
Meester loves to read the Bible and work out with me. He loves his inner strength workouts, and he loves his morning quiet time. Never misses it. Meester, what's the secret to your consistency? Excuse me? Hello? Oh, he doesn't reveal his secrets. I get it. I understand. We tried. I kind of go through phases in my morning reading time. Sometimes I'll have like a book that I'm reading. I'm always reading the Bible. Like I'm always reading scripture. But then I also like to read something else, usually along with it. It just totally depends on like where I'm at. So I figured I'd share where I'm at right now and what I'm reading. So I'm obviously, first of all, I'm reading through the Bible again. So I'm almost at the end of Deuteronomy, and this will be my second time. My second time reading from Genesis all the way through. It was the most life-giving, life-changing thing that I ever did. I actually started at the end of 2019, and then I finished in July of 2021. So anyway, so we're back going through it again. I actually restarted at the end of July, but I've just been slowly making my way through. I'm not really even on a time limit. I wouldn't even say I'm going to read through it this year. If I get to read through it this year, then cool. But I like just starting it over again. And that way I know it's just really helpful for me to know where I'm reading every day. But then sometimes I'll switch it up. Like I'll read where I'm at, but then I'll read a psalm or a proverb, or sometimes I'll just skip over to the Gospels, or I'll read a letter. I'll read Romans. You know what I mean? So anyway, but right now, currently I'm reading at the end of Deuteronomy, and then also I'm reading my Daily Light. This is one of my favorite devotionals of all time because it's pure scripture. It's just scripture, but it's different scriptures taken together, and they're just like put into a daily read. So it's really fun. I love that it's called Daily Light. I think that's such a cute name. I just have picked up again My Utmost for His Highest, which is from Oswald Chambers. I've been reading one of those, and then usually I'll have some journal time if I want to, or sometimes I'll just pray. It was a good morning, and now I'm going to go get dressed, put my makeup on, and get ready for the day.
You're still shaking, I'm barely moving at all. Green lines cut through a black screen, tells you I'm fine. You're Gwyneth Paltrow, I'm Richie Tannenbaum. I cut my hair off, you like me either way. And every summer
Back from the farmer's market, or the little farm stand in Trader Joe's. So it's time to do a little haul. First of all, I love getting fresh flowers every week. I feel like it's one of those things that is so underrated maybe, but it makes me feel so happy to have fresh flowers. I love hydrangeas specifically, so I got a couple of those. So I'm gonna put those in the vase. And then of course we have our açaí. I was running low, so we stocked up with 3 different packets so that I don't have to go back for a while. And then this is kind of new, and I'm very excited about this because I loved this before. I got it at Grocery Outlet before because it's kind of a random item, but this is organic date syrup. So I used to love putting this in my coffee. It almost tastes not like caramel, but it just gives your coffee a different depth to it. It adds this deep, rich flavor to the coffee and makes it sweet without making it overly sweet. And I just really enjoy it so much. So very excited. This was brand new. This was in their little new section, or new items section. So I was like, oh, date syrup. And I snagged it. Such a cute little bottle too. So very excited about that. And I'm excited to try that one specifically to see if I like it. So the next thing is, this is actually, which is so interesting because I've never done this before, so we'll see how this goes, but I want to make my jello and get that gelatin in for the glycine. So I wanted to pick up a juice. I saw this one and I thought, well, that's going to be kind of an interesting jello. So, but I'm excited. I'm looking forward to actually trying it. So this is To the Power of 7 Green. That's literally the name of it. Organic juice beverage. So it has kale, spinach, green apple, celery, cucumber, and lemon juice. And then they also added some ginger powder. So I am very curious to see how this is gonna go and if it's going to be strange or if it's gonna be strangely good, you know? So we'll see how that goes. We'll do that in a little bit. And then of course had to get some honey mints. These are so good and I cannot even explain why the freezer makes them like 10 times better. Putting them in the freezer, the texture of the honey, it's just, it takes it to this different level that is unexplainable unless you just experience it with experiencing it. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. It's just so good and they're delicious. They're like the perfect after dinner treat and dessert too. They are so yummy. Like if I'm not feeling like a full on dessert, but I just want a bite of something sweet and yummy, these are so delicious. So they only have honey, unsweetened chocolate, and peppermint oil in them. And they're not overpowering. They're not too sweet. They're not too, because it is, I don't know, the chocolate, they're just so good. I could just sing the praises of this forever. It's delicious. So that is what I got from Trader Joe's. And then from the farm, they did have blueberries, which I love local fruit so much. Let's just go ahead and try some right now. Oops, runaway blueberry. And then I also got some Satsuma mandarins. These are our favorite. I feel like we could eat 100 of these a day. They are so delicious. I always like to stock up on these when I see them, especially at the local farm because they're even richer in flavor. And then I picked up an avocado. This is like a perfectly ripe avocado. You know when you pick it up and it's just like, you are coming home with me. They had purple sweet potatoes there, so I am very excited about this. I haven't had a purple sweet potato in a while, so they looked really pretty. The purple color is so vibrant. I picked up a bag of spinach, just standard spinach, you know? My favorite thing of all time, well, my top two favorites, I should say, is the carrots. I eat a raw carrot or a couple raw carrots every single day. It is so incredible for your hormones. They are the best carrots though at a local farm. Like if you can get carrots from your local farm, they are so sweet. They are so delicious. And then another one of my favorite things there is the passion fruit. It is so flavorful and it's perfectly tart but sweet. I actually didn't know at all, I had no idea, that the kind of the wrinkled ones are ripe. I just bought them like this before and I just cracked them right open and ate it and I loved it. I loved the tart flavor and I just felt like, I don't know, it didn't bother me at all. It wasn't like sour, but the sweet ones are apparently the wrinkled up ones. We'll see, but I stocked up on quite a bit of these because they're only open a few days a week and I wanted to have them throughout the week. So we got quite a few of the passion fruit. And that is everything that we got. I think we need to make an acai bowl right now. And this time, like in one of my last videos, we're not gonna run out of acai packets. We have plenty. So let's make an acai bowl and then it's time to do some fun meal prep.
Into the place, a spot you from a ways. My heart, it started racing. The crowd across the way, flowers on your face, and then I'm from the 80s. Someone keeps blocking my way. I can't feel farther away. Wait on a moment to say that I want you. You know that I want you.
I just finished chopping the veggies. It's so quick and easy. So while the bones are roasting, that's when I just do the quick veggie prep, but it really doesn't even take hardly any time at all. And then that's also when I get out the crock pot and I fill it with the water as you saw, and then I put in the apple cider vinegar, and that's gonna actually help to pull the collagen from the bones so that the broth is obviously really rich in that collagen and glycine and everything like that. So I just do obviously the basic veggies, carrots, celery, and chop an onion. I just chop it into 4. It's very quick. This is fast. And then I also actually like to put the carrot tops in the broth as well. It just It's just gonna add to the micronutrients. So once that's done soaking, then I go ahead and add in the veggies and all of the seasoning. So that's when you can really play and make it super fun. I literally add in every single seasoning that I own. I'm not even kidding you. Like 99% of the spices and seasonings that I have, it goes into the broth and it makes it so flavorful and delicious. Okay, let's finish up the broth.
Your sudden gaze and time, it started racing. But moments tend to fade and you're too far away from me to get my name in. Someone keeps blocking.
Got the bone broth on and I'm about to make the jello next. And it always makes my day though when I get like a little ding on my phone and I see that you joined the wellness method. So welcome Caitlin, specifically right now, just popped up on my phone. So exciting, and it just makes me even more excited to work on that this upcoming week and really start just dripping out the first part of it. So excited that that's almost done and out for you, and it's gonna be so amazing. Okay, let's make some jello. This looks really weird, and that's exactly how you know it's ready. So you just put in your 1 cup of liquid, and then you add in the gelatin and you let it bloom. Then you wanna just bring the other 3 cups of liquid up close to a boil, but not quite. And then we're gonna add it in to here and mix it all together and then just let it set in the fridge overnight. So all of our stuff will actually be ready tomorrow, but at least we're getting it all done today.
Add a little passion to it. Passion fruit. Come on.
Wow!
I'm not the best in the world, but I make it happen.
Oh my gosh, I'm really impressed. Wow, wow, wow. Thumbs up for both. Oh!
You are, yeah. But you could be a one too, yeah. Make me wanna come through. Feel like being brand new. Over you.
That non-stick. Wow. Came right out.
Make me wanna come through. Feel like being brand new. Over you. Rooftop lights, a new skyline. Lights define Pacific lines. Felt so high, I'm never crashing down.
I'm feeling nice and refreshed, very rejuvenated after my sauna session. I took a nice shower. But right now, I'm actually gonna plan out our meals. So it just depends. It depends on the week, it depends on the day, it depends on how far our food stretches. So I don't actually have a particular day that I do this. It typically lands on the end of the week. Sometimes it's a Friday, sometimes it's a Sunday, sometimes it's even a Monday, but it's usually like end beginning of the week. And so I just kind of go with the flow with it. And I love, as you know, I love to go to the farmer's market. I love to go to farm stands. I love to go to Trader Joe's. And if I am near, I will go to Costco. And I do like grocery shopping. I really enjoy it. However, there are some days where I used Instacart for the first time like this past summer, and it was so incredible. Like, I could not believe that all of my groceries could just be delivered straight to my door. It just depends, but I feel like in this particular season where there is so much going on, it's nice to kind of switch off and do whatever I'm feeling and do whatever I can. But grocery delivery is really amazing. And another reason why I like it is because I can check my inventory on stuff. So I can go to my fridge, I can go to my freezer, I can see exactly what I need, and I never forget anything, which is so nice. So I'm not like, oh, dang it, I forgot that one ingredient that I needed to make that dish, and now I can't make it because I don't have that one ingredient. So it's really convenient, and I definitely like to use both. I like to go to the store myself because I like it, but I also do like to use grocery delivery sometimes. So I use Instacart. This isn't sponsored, but I'm pretty sure, I don't know. Maybe it's just any user can do this, but I did pay for the year. So, and I think there's like a code that I can share with you. So anyway, if you want to try it or you use it and you still want to save money, I'll leave my code. But it's amazing and I love it so much. So I'm going to plan out our meals right now. And usually the first thing that I do is I decide on what I can make with what we already have. So I plan meals around what's already in our pantry and fridge and things like that. That's another tip I would say, is don't be afraid at all to repeat meals. I think, at least for me, this is what I do for myself sometimes, which I don't do this anymore, but there can be this pressure to like constantly have something new, something different every single night. But don't be afraid of leftovers. Don't be afraid of repeat meals. And I would actually say to find your favorite meals that you can do and that you can like have memorized, and you just naturally know how to cook those meals without anything except for your brain, so that you can just quickly whip out those meals, whip them up, make them. It's a lot less effort because it's already stored in your brain and you already know exactly what you need, all the ingredients, how to make it. It doesn't have to be fancy or complicated. It can just be really, really simple. Get your protein, carbs, and fat and just make a nourishing meal. But don't overcomplicate it, and just, don't be afraid to make a double batch and have leftovers for the next night. And don't be thinking like, don't put the pressure on yourself that you have to make something new every single night, every single week. I think that it's fun to do something new and different. Like tonight, I'm going to make that soup that I've never made before, but I'm excited to make it because it just sounds fun and it sounds enjoyable. There's no stress, there's no pressure. And the rest of the week, I can totally use meals that I do regularly all the time. It's easy. It's not crazy. Like, I'm not sitting down and like, oh my gosh, I have to plan my meals. Like, what are we going to have? What are we going to make? Like, make it enjoyable, make it fun. Think about what sounds good to you. Like, genuinely think that, like, what actually sounds like something that would be delicious, that would be also realistic for the week that I'm having. So is it a really busy week? Are you working a lot of hours? Do you have more time to cook up some more fun, fancier meals? Or do you need something that's just low maintenance in your brain where it's not complicated, it's really easy? When our kitchen was ripped out for pretty much the majority of the year of last year, I literally cooked the same thing almost every single night. I was not afraid at that time to use repeat meals. It was just the season that we were in, just how it was. I was the camping stove queen and I embraced it, and I wasn't hard on myself. I wasn't like I should be. I just went with the flow, go with the flow, let it be easy, and just embrace the season that you're in. Do you have the capacity to even make elaborate, crazy meals or anything like that? No, and it's okay if you don't. And if you do, then that's amazing too. So for me, it's definitely a balance. This is a very full season of life with finishing the wellness method and then also writing my next book for you. And I really need to start studying actually to get certified as a corrective exercise specialist. So for me, like today's a really chill, fun Saturday. And I want to do something that is a little bit more fun, something that I've never done before. And that just sounds good to me. But for the rest of the week, and depending on the day and depending on what I have going on, that's what I'm gonna look at. I'm just gonna decide on what meals for that day, depending on basically my schedule, you know, my workload. So that's what I do. And more than anything, that has been such a game changer. So try it out. Schedule your meals around your life, not your life around your meals. And you will find that it is so much more enjoyable to be in the kitchen. And I love to cook. I love being in the kitchen. No matter what I'm cooking, I do enjoy being in the kitchen at the end of the day. It's a way that I can decompress. And at the end of the day, there's something about just cooking a nourishing meal, whether it's fancy or not, I'm really just grateful for that. Hi. It's actually been quite a few months since I whipped out the cookbooks that I really like. But anyway, I really enjoy Cassie Joy. Cambria Joy, Cassie Joy. We have very similar names. But I really enjoy Cassie Joy's cookbooks. So I'll leave a link to these in the description. But she is the author of Cook Once, Eat All Week, and I found this to be so helpful. And then I believe this is her newer one. I found this in Barnes & Noble a few months ago, but this is Cook Once Dinner Fix. So usually what I do is, or this is what I'm gonna do today, I'm just gonna browse through the recipes and I'm just gonna look at what looks good, what sounds good, and just think about what I already have and plan it out. So, Mister, you're getting crazy.
Learn your eyes to pass the time. Hazel tides that we run dry. Another night goes by. I can't describe what I found.
We did a snack to keep our meal prep going, so I'm snacking on an orange and I'm about to finalize my grocery list and then place my Instacart orders. And while my Instacart orders are being fulfilled, I'm gonna clean and clear out the fridge and make it nice and fresh, scrub it out, get it all clean, and then when the groceries get here, everything will be ready to go. I'm excited to get all this done, and my niece Lucy's coming over in like 45 minutes, so I'm gonna do this very quickly so that by the time that she gets here, hopefully everything's clean, and when the groceries get here, I can just load it straight into the fridge. So here's what everything's looking like so far. I kind of messed up a little bit on the dates, but either way, I have my plan done. Like today is Saturday and I'm making the lemon soup. Not tomorrow, but tonight, so I'm swapping those. But anyway, and then I might switch this dish to Tuesday so that I can just prep the chicken on the same time. You know what I mean? Like, so anyway, we'll figure it out. But this is what everything's looking like, and I'm gonna go ahead and place my order right now.
You could be the one to make me wanna come through. Feel like being brand new. Over you. Rooftop lights, a new skyline. Lights define Pacific.
Get it, girl!
So high, I'm never crashing down. Learn your eyes to pass the time. Hazel tides.
Tonight, my niece Lucy came over, so I was watching her and I couldn't finish showing you exactly what I'm doing for the meal prep. So yesterday I finished clearing and cleaning out the fridge and all of the groceries were delivered, which you did see, but here's just a little peek again. So nice and stocked and ready for the week. So that is what the fridge looks like, but let's actually talk about what it looks like for me to realistically meal prep in a way that is not overwhelming or crazy or anything. So here's a recap of this week's meal plan. So I wrote down everything that I want to have. Sometimes I will switch it up. So like tomorrow, for example, I don't have to have the shepherd's pie on Tuesday. I'm actually going to be doing that for Monday. So I'm swapping that out, and then I'm going to have enough shepherd's pie to eat for Tuesday night dinner, so I don't have to prep anymore. So now Monday and Tuesday are actually taken care of. And then on
Wednesday, I can pick whatever I'm kind of feeling that day. So let me just show you an overview of what's going on today. It's Sunday, and I just thought I would actually take you behind the scenes of what the meal prep looks like. So first of all, I am making the shepherd's pie. So this is actually mushrooms. I love adding mushrooms into the shepherd's pie. So I'm actually cooking these. I like to cook my mushrooms really, really well. And so those have been boiling for close to an hour. Once it reaches an hour, I'm gonna drain them, and then I'm going to chop them, which I've already chopped up my onion and my carrot for the shepherd's pie. And then I also have my golden potatoes boiling in here, or bringing them up to a boil for the top of the shepherd's pie. I love shepherd's pie because it's super delicious. You get protein, carbs, and fat, and veggies and everything like that. But you can also make a large batch so that you have a ton of food and you can eat it multiple times throughout the week. And then for today, I already have my pot roast on. So I actually woke up around, well, I woke up at like 6 this morning, and I just, had my breakfast, and then I basically started the pot roast immediately. This has been cooking all day. It has about just under 3 hours left. And so this should be enough for tonight and maybe even like lunch tomorrow. So there's going to be leftovers. Definitely recommend utilizing at least one crock pot meal and at least one like casserole kind of style dish, which would be, let me know if you like me doing it this way instead of me talking. I just figured I would do it this way so that you can actually see what's going on. And I mean, I won't do this every time, but just, I don't know, for changing it up, I figured it might be fun, but I know I'm using my hands a lot, so I don't know if that's annoying. But anyway, but I do recommend doing at least one crock pot and at least one casserole style dish like the shepherd's pie, because it's going to save you so much time, and it's easy to prep and get a lot out of your prep. I also do like to include a soup once a week. I just find that to be really enjoyable. Back to the rest of the meal prep. So we have our roast going, we have the shepherd's pie going, and then I'm also in here, I'm actually roasting the sweet potatoes. I don't think you're gonna be able to see them. Well, maybe you are. Yep, you kind of can. I'm roasting the sweet potatoes for our stuffed sweet potatoes, so I don't have to do that later in the week. And that way, all I have to do is heat them up, cook the ground beef on the stovetop, and everything else is done because I just squeeze in the lime, add the cilantro, and it's like literally done. I throw some avocado on top, and that's it for dinner. So quick, so easy. And then the other dinners obviously are already done because of all the leftovers. So that is kind of the overview. This is what a typical like meal prep day looks like. And then I also really do like to make more specifically nourishing recipes. Like I love to make bone broth, and I love to have jello prepped out for the week. But as far as like meals and dinner, this is what it typically looks like. It's just all about maximizing the time that you are prepping, maximizing the amount of meals that you can get out of that. So it doesn't necessarily need to be more complicated. It's just a smart use of time to throw in the sweet potatoes and then boil everything at the same time and have the crock pot going, and everything's going at the same time so that it's done all at once. I hope you enjoyed meal planning and prepping with me. It was so much fun, and to keep the excitement going, I wanted to do another little fun giveaway to help you in your meal planning endeavors. So I'm giving away this exact weekly meal plan that I have. I love this. It is so helpful. I just adore this. It makes it so easy for me to see exactly what we're having for the week. And then I love that the shopping list is on the side so that you can, what I do is I write my initial shopping list for when I'm prepping everything out, and then I tear it off and I have a fresh one, and then it's on the fridge throughout the week. And if we start, if we run out of something, I can write it down. So I keep a running list, and it makes life so much easier, and it's very helpful. So I'm giving this away, and it doesn't come with the magnets. Actually, you have to, I put them on there, but anyway, just a fun little helpful tip. So you can win this, and then also this produce bag. I love this for the farmer's market. It's really small and very compact, but it actually holds a lot. So I am excited to give this away as well. And then just to make things a little bit extra fun, I'm gonna throw in a Starbucks gift card because you gotta fuel up for your meal planning. So get some coffee or tea or just a yummy drink and do all of your meal planning and your shopping. So all you have to do to enter is leave a comment below and tell me what your favorite meal was that you had this week. It doesn't necessarily have to be the food, it totally can be, but more of like the experience. So maybe you cooked something for yourself and it was just super yummy. Maybe you tried something new. Maybe you went out to dinner with your family or friends or whatever. For me, we went to it just so happens this week, because it's obviously not a normal occurrence, but we went to my favorite restaurant this past week and it was so good. And the chef, they make different desserts depending on the seasons. And so he made this amazing rhubarb dessert. I don't even know what it was, but it was so tasty. And we had such a great time with our family. It was so fun. We were laughing. We were just cracking up. Bo and my brother-in-law, they were just going off and we were having such a great time laughing and chatting, and it was super fun. So that was definitely my favorite meal this week, and let me know what yours is. I really enjoyed hearing what your favorite part of your day was in the last giveaway that we did. So I was like, why don't I just keep this going? Because I genuinely loved reading through your comments. It was so fun, and it just made everything so just, I don't know. It was a happy time reading through just your favorite parts of your day. So I figured we'd do a favorite meal. So that's all you have to do is just leave a comment and let me know, and then you'll be entered to win. And I love you so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to click thumbs up if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new here and you want to hang out. So have a great day. Happy meal planning, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.